Good morning and welcome to the Todd and Erin Morning Stream on GetParkDaily.com. There's a couple things we missed overnight.
I'm very, very proud of this. Do you realize that Zion National Park is one of the 5 most visited national parks in the country?
The downside of this is the fact that they've been saying that we're loving it to death. So they're starting to put more restrictions on visitors and reservations for camping.
Thanks, Mr. Negativity. I was about to gloat that we beat out Yellowstone. All of a sudden, you have to go to the protect the environment.
Leave no trace. Leave
Really?
no trace. Yes.
This is true.
Then we had the fire.
That was the weirdest thing. We could actually see the glow. I mean, we're over in the avenues, and you could still see the glow from there. The flames went up extremely high at one point. It looks like it started in the warehouse and then spread to the club. It was like 2100 South.
Expose, right.
Expose.
Right by the train tracks.
That's going to take all the fun out of that night. Beer
Oh
night
my!
is never
Oh my
gonna be the
gosh!
same.
My friends at Speeds.
Power equipment?
Power equipment.
Aren't they right there?
It's right across the street.
Ooh, well, I'm glad it didn't spread that far. So
No,
yeah.
the problem is my chainsaw's in there.
It's nice to know that your concern for the well-being of so many people is in place. The way
Oh,
it
they'll
should
be fine. So
really? Oh, that's reassuring.
So yesterday, and this is a warning for everyone out there. Well, this is what I had to face yesterday. Yeah, it all starts so innocently. There you are shopping, getting a little hamburger, maybe some cheese, and suddenly they appear. You know who I'm talking about. Yeah, the devilish ones. Yeah, and here they are.
Hi.
Oh, brother. Okay, well, what Brownie Troop are you guys with?
We are in Troop 206.
All right, these cookies are the entry drug, the gateway drug, by the way. All right, so what do we have here?
Well,
Did you go
these
down the list?
are
Yeah.
5,
Yeah.
and the rest are 4. So these are Toffee-tastic, Samoas,
Okay.
Do-si-dos,
All right.
Trefoils, Savannah Smiles,
And
Thin Mints,
Are,
and Tag Mints.
which ones are gluten-free?
The
It's down here?
Toffee-tastic.
Okay, but they still have the sugar, right?
Yes.
Okay, good. And wait, boot lady, how many have you sold? Like, how many have you sold?
Somewhere
Okay.
around 100.
Somewhere around 100, I heard that. So basically sales are going well?
Yeah.
All right. Nice adults overwatching the situation and leading to more addiction, I might say. Yeah, right? So I've been in rehab since the Thin Mints last year. Okay, so I gotta get out. Hey everyone, look that way. Gotta go. Gotta get back to the car. All right, it's time for geek news.
This is actually incredibly exciting to me. I did not even realize until yesterday they discovered this planetary system.
Now there's 7 planets. They saw 'em. I would tell you how far away they are, but you have no ability to comprehend it.
Nor do we.
Out there. So 7 planets. See, a couple of them
Look how
are
beautiful they are.
inhabitable because they have water and they're far enough away from their sun.
Isn't that
I
exciting?
know.
I especially love that one that had the green and blue bands because that looked extremely hopeful. But they're really excited about it because they say they're orbiting a dwarf star about 40 light years away.
Dwarf.
3 of the planets sit in the habitable zone of their star, which means they could support liquid water on the Earth and sustain life. They named each exoplanet, and this is what I thought was sort of charming because they named the series of planets TRAPPIST-1.
Right.
Well, so they decided that what they should be doing is using the monastic TRAPPIST beers. Now, some of these have been brewed for centuries, so now these sweet, innocent little planets have boozy names like Rochefort, Orval, and I've been practicing this, West Valerton, which have
Sounds
some of
Swedish.
the oldish. Well, it's actually Belgian, but it's very close with that le sound.
Right,
But
right.
The interesting thing about it, though, is that you're thinking about the TRAPPIST beer bottles and the Expo planets and how this is going to be like this whole new awesome marketing campaign.
Right.
Basically for both NASA and the beers. And sadly, knowing people's interest in beer, I suspect that's going to spark more interest in NASA than it did in the beers.
I'm surprised they're clean names.
What were you expecting them
I
to
was
be?
sitting around with the guys, drinking a beer, name some planets, send them in, regret it in the morning.
Well, I'm just relieved they didn't use any of the local beers because those guys have a lot of fun. Otherwise, it'd be names like Polygamy Porter and
That's right,
Dirty
right.
Girl beer, and you'd be like, yeah, let's not. Okay.
All right, that's the
TRAPPIST
news.
beers, they're just severe sounding.
Right. All right, so that's the news we know, but we have an expert.
Of course. Let's go to our Dear Daisy in the Gephardt Daily Newsroom. It's brought to you by Robert J. DeBry. Robert J. DeBry has offices in Salt Lake City, Sandy City, and St. George. If you'd like to get more information, just go to robertdebry.com. It's also brought to you by Brent Brown Toyota. They will bend over backwards for you, serving all of Utah County. And you can find them at brentbrowntoyota.com. Daisy, what's going on?
Thanks, Todd and Erin. Happy Tuesday, everyone. Here's what's making headlines today at GephardtDaily.com. 2 Salt Lake City business buildings were destroyed in a spectacular fire overnight. Fire crews were called to the scene at 2100 South near 210 West about 1 a.m. When they arrived, they found heavy smoke and flames pouring from 2 separate structures. The buildings that housed Club Expose and an adjacent warehouse were a total loss in the 2-alarm blaze. The cause of the fire has yet to be determined. And a community is in mourning today after a 1-year-old girl and her 62-year-old great-grandmother were killed when a suspected drunk driver plowed into the family's home. Deborah DeVries and her great-granddaughter Stella Doak were in the living room of their Green River, Wyoming residence when the out-of-control SUV slammed into the home. 2 other adults were injured in the crash. The 68-year-old driver faces 2 counts of aggravated vehicular homicide. And the Davis County Sheriff's deputies say they've never seen anything quite like it. They're talking about a stolen pickup truck which mysteriously surfaced through the ice of Pine View Reservoir late last week. Authorities don't know what caused the vehicle to rise from the reservoir's murky depths, but say it was apparently dumped last fall before the ice formed. For some unknown reason, the car was able to surface from the bottom of the dam with enough force that it broke through the ice, the sheriff's office said on Facebook. Deputies routinely see strange things on patrol, but this one stood out as unusual. And now a quick look at today's weather. The temperature Tuesday morning, 46 degrees in Salt Lake City. Highs expected to hit the low to mid 70s later today, and it should stay warm all week long. Perhaps time to buy a new pith helmet. Todd and Erin, back to you.
All right, so you know what, that picture is unbelievable about the car coming through the ice.
I can't believe that. I've never seen anything like that, the way it burst out. Could that be a confluence of something with to do with, I don't know, pressure from the bottom and like maybe chemicals left in the truck?
They never ask me these important questions.
Oh, okay,
right?
Yeah.
Airbags, done, finished.
Like maybe a fish knocked into the car.
Exactly,
the fish
exactly.
is going, ow, my nose, like Dory did. And
right.
And then all of a sudden the car goes, and they all go
through
up.
the ice.
That's
like every science movie you've ever seen or spy movie where the submarine punches up through the ice. Airbags.
Yeah, okay, that's good.
That's what I'm going.
This is kind of interesting. These are proud sponsors, by the way, of the Todd and Erin Morning Stream, but they were doing a really interesting study in the last few months about the improving economy and actually what it was doing to employers. Because now that there's so many more options for employees to go to,
right,
keeping motivated employees has become more and more difficult.
And it costs so much money to train new people.
Exactly.
Their quality of work isn't good until they get above the curve.
So a lot of some of the big businesses along the Wasatch Front have come up with really creative solutions in order to keep people. And along with a private chef for the facility, which killed me, Merit Medical decided to come up with something new. So they thought, why not a garden?
Let's see.
Your zucchinis are just busting out. Those are like too big.
I do.
Yeah, do you want a hand?
And those grapes? Yes, great.
You ever seen so much excitement over a bunch of vegetables?
She can't get over it. I come out here 3 or 4 times a day.
Yeah.
Employees at Merit are learning the joys of gardening, where I'm told most have never been in a garden before.
Ooh, nice.
Did you ever do this before? Did you ever garden before?
No.
Really?
I learning here.
Do you do this at home now, too?
Yeah.
Really?
I've started trying it at home, yeah.
Now they're in their own plots at Merit Medical's campus. It's a place where they go during breaks or lunch or simply to relax, nurture, water, pull a few weeds, and watch their gardens grow.
Harvested my first zucchini on Friday and ate it raw.
Really?
Oh, so delicious.
It looks terrific.
You feeling happy about it?
I am.
Is this your official inspection?
No.
The gardens are the brainchild of this man.
I just don't want to be a regular company. I don't want, I don't think we've ever been regular.
This is Fred Lapropoulos, chairman of the board, CEO, president of Merit Medical.
It's not just business, it's about people. If you can combine business and the people together and have someone like her, I mean, I don't see any more of these around town, but there'll be more of them in the future.
Fred sowed the seeds of this $600 million South Jordan business. He now employs 4,000 people with $500 million in annual sales. And he says growing a business is a lot like growing a garden. Lessons and goals the same.
Humbling, burdensome, because you have the burden of looking after and making the right decisions for 4,000 families. You have the responsibility of building a product that's going to save somebody's life. 25 more years from now, that we're a thriving and growing and innovative company.
This is one of Merit Medical's newest hires.
Working with people one-on-one.
The one Fred says is making all the difference.
Basically, this is my absolute dream job.
The aptly named certified gardener, Laura Flower.
It's a really rare opportunity to work with a company to grow food for people, because you see a lot of different farming projects that have popped up all over Salt Lake, but I'm not aware of any other employee garden that is this scale in Utah, or the country for that matter.
Laura's not only overseeing the gardens, but plans are in the works for an orchard and a greenhouse, enough to feed all 4,000 Merit Medical employees and their families.
So you're an accountant?
Yes.
And that makes you a bean counter. Where are your beans?
We didn't put any beans in.
Not good for an accountant.
We got enough beans to count inside.
Yes, you do.
It's probably one of the better investments we'll ever make. And we're investing in our people. So that's what I like about it.
You know,
That's so cool.
Bill is so unnaturally obsessed with his garden that you know he just like jumped at doing this piece. He's
Yeah.
like, I will totally talk to them about the zucchini. That will be awesome. I've never seen anyone that fond of his own stuff. Like his little
Right.
runner beans.
Right.
If he ever starts the story about the runner beans,
Right.
run, because it's about an hour and a half. I'm not joking.
Plus, they had to check his pockets for zucchini. Well, that didn't sound right. That didn't sound right.
that's
At our old
That's
place,
great.
at our old place, the perk we had is Tuesdays there was less beatings.
And that was
So,
exciting. There was
yeah.
one day where there's less bloodshed, and
Yeah.
that worked really well for us. So that was good. Hey, coming up next, did you realize there are 30,000 acres of the salt flats that they're trying to sort of fix the crust again?
No. It's a big scientific study. So we're going to talk about that.
Coming up next.
Merit Medical. Why work for fast food wages when you can start at Merit for a whole lot more? Merit Medical. Great products, great people, a great company. Learn more at merit.com/careers. The law offices of Robert J. DeBry and Associates, with offices in Salt Lake City, Sandy City, and St. George. Check them out at robertdebry.com.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the Todd and Erin Morning Stream on GepardDaily.com. The Salt Flats, 30,000 square acres. 300,000. 300,000.
Oh, no, trust me. I've been there before. I don't you remember when I used to skydive?
Right.
And I skydived with this guy who I found out later got parachutes out of trash cans, and he was real slow about filing flight plans, which is how I would end up in the middle of the salt flats, dragging a parachute, trying to walk towards I-80.
That's like Will Smith in
that
the
was
movie.
great. Except for not anywhere as cool.
Independence Day.
No, and we sweated a lot more than Will did. He managed to
right.
look a lot cooler. But it is an infinitesimally vast space. I mean, you can't even begin to imagine how far it goes, which is why the racers were always excited about it, thinking, well, this is kind of cool.
Well, let's see what they are doing.
This is where you can go as fast as you can.
We're hoping to break the record, which is 219, and we can't get over 187.
For as much testosterone as there is involved, it's remarkably calm most of the time.
I am all over the track.
The record's 265, so we got to go at least like 270.
Looks like we have a new vehicle ready on the long course.
We were trying to go 400 miles an hour. We went 380 last run, 360 run before that.
It takes guts. You know, you got to have a different personality.
The temperature continues to climb. Density altitude is about 6,800 on the 6,900 feet.
Well, I was just wandering around in the pits. The Vescos had the turbine car on a trailer that year, just on display. I was looking it over. They were all huddled around in some lawn chairs trying to figure out what was wrong. And I could tell right away what was wrong, and so I just let it out. I said, that's the wrong barrel valve spool. I found one, borrowed it, they put the car back together and set a record the next day, and I've been on the team ever since. It was very difficult at first because we had some engine problems. We had to switch 2 engines right off the bat, and we ran into quite a bit of confusion because none of us have even seen the car for 2 years, and it was aggravating, but it's really nice to be back.
You do the same length? All right. Yeah, I guess so.
We're from Sweden. This is just like a very strange winter for us because it's snow everywhere, but it's freaking hot. My buddies, we mostly into hot rods. Anything with a lot of horsepower is nice. I got to purchase a car about a year and a half ago. If we're going to get a record in our class, we need to go 253, and that's never going to happen. We got the wrong car for that. Our experience from driving on it, very, very slippery. It's okay in the morning, but it gets worse during the day. It's very thin, and it's not as great as it used to be. If you can make the salt better, I think you'll be everybody's hero.
Don't forget to wear your Save the Salt outfit tomorrow. The visiting firemen from the government and such places like that will be here to take a look at the salt and the people. Let's put on a good show.
Right. Clean up the salt around you, and if you see anything while you're driving on these access roads, doesn't matter where you're at, because we could be anywhere with our officials tomorrow, pick it up and take it over to the proper trash receptacle somewhere.
The best thing about it, I would have to say, is it's a bit of a therapeutic thing in a way for us, and I think for everybody. You get away, it's like a vacation in a way, although you work a lot.
It's a challenge. It's kind of freedom. It's a rush.
We love it so much that we literally work 14, 16 hours a day, sweating, come back the next day, and you can't wait to get back at it.
Some people do other things to get some kind of adrenaline kick, but this is what we do.
That
I
is
can't believe
so cool.
How beautiful is that?
Do you know you could drive right on the salt flats? You
Really?
let your car rust apart, but you can actually go out there, and a lot of people go out there and just check it out because it's just amazing.
I'm sorry, I would be so humiliated to take my almost a minivan car out onto the salt flats after seeing all of those beautiful, sleek cars. I'd be like, I'm here in my almost minivan.
You're not
I'm gonna
racing.
skate it and-
You just watch.
Then what would be the point?
There is a lady who did set a record. And
Really?
This is several years back. She broke her own record with her monster machine, right?
Very cool.
And then she wanted to set the world's record
Uh-huh.
for the slowest. And so she got a little mini bike and got it down as slow as could go. And then she did the course, and you have to do it twice.
Good for you, sister.
Turned around, came back really slow. Right.
Good for you, honey. That's awesome. Okay, now I'm starving because I've been thinking about standing on the salt flats all day. So obviously, nothing but cakes would be the first thing that comes to mind. Sadly, every time I'm hungry, nothing but cakes is the first thing that comes to mind. And this is why, with the rich, delicious cream cheese frosting, which, by the way, is heaven, and then all the wonderful bun cakes. The flavors are amazing. Chocolate chip, pecan praline, cinnamon swirl, white chocolate raspberry, one of my personal favorites, the red velvet, and then a new flavor every month. And they can decorate them so beautifully for you, so you can have them for Easter, for St. Patrick's Day. You don't have to do any baking, and you look sort of awesome. And here's the best part. At 10389 South State Street, of course, Nothing But Cakes is conveniently located, but April will also deliver up and down the Wasatch Front for you. Huh? Looking out for you. Nothing but cakes.
All right, so I've been waiting all morning to do this story.
Okay.
I want to tell you a story about conspiracy theories.
Oh, honey.
I don't know what triggered
Really?
this, so I was, searching around yesterday.
All right.
And I came up with this, and these are the ones that I chose.
Okay.
The Beatles.
Haven't we gone through every possible conspiracy
Did not
theory?
exist, no.
What do you mean?
They say that there were different. Now look at their eyebrows here. I just want you to look at
Sure,
it.
there's the
They
eyebrows.
say that different people look at those eyebrows, because that's the evidence they have. Is that other people they were replaced by new people and new people, and they all based it on their eyebrows.
Their eyebrows were more unruly in this one?
I don't know. Bottom left though
sure.
looks a little Ukrainian though. I mean that in a positive way, by the way.
Sorry, Mr. Harrison, we apologize.
Number 2 is Obama.
Well, yeah.
Right.
Thanks, Obama.
Thanks, Obama.
Thanks.
Thanks for changing the weather.
President Obama changes the weather.
Of course he does. That's the theory. That he can, in the United States Air Force, whenever there's some heat on the White House and they're criticizing it, Obama would send the aircraft someplace and cause a disaster.
These are like chemtrails, right?
Yeah, right. And the chemtrails are great because people think that those big white lines behind airliners are actually chemicals that make everyone like me, which is good.
Thanks, Obama. So the bad temperatures were from him. I see.
Right.
Okay.
Now here's my favorite one. Here's my favorite one that dinosaurs helped build. You got it. The pyramids.
I beg your pardon?
The pyramids. Yeah.
Someone has actually postulated that they utilized dinosaurs to build the pyramids.
Yeah. Look at me for a second. Everybody, look at me. Okay, so I want you to picture the big... like that.
Triangular.
And maybe many of them, right? Okay, so then I want you to picture men working on it, okay?
Sure.
And maybe women. And then I want you to picture a dinosaur.
Did it have like a little saddle and then like Fred Flintstone and it was like working at the quarry?
It could.
Okay.
Except there was no get off of work whistle. And anyway, have you ever seen a dinosaur like this?
Pterodactyls. No.
Yeah. Rex.
Oh, T-Rexes,
Rex.
sorry.
I'm
The
stacking the
pterodactyls
box.
could fly
I'm stacking
over.
the box. Yeah, like that. Oh, anyway.
You really got that as a conspiracy theory?
Yes, it's right
Someone
here.
actually postulated that.
Absolutely.
What about the flat Earth?
Well, no, what about the moon? What about the moon? Take a look at that.
Okay.
Take a look at the
There's
moon.
the moon.
How
It's lovely.
majestic.
Sure.
The sea of tranquility.
Uh-huh.
It's a bunch of trash we left there.
Yeah.
That's all there. Yeah, it's fake.
The moon is fake or our landings were fake?
Both.
The moon is fake?
Yes.
The
Which
moon is
proves
fake. Okay.
that it's a hologram, which proves...
It's a hologram?
Hologram otherwise controls our tides in the ocean now.
Okay, sure.
But someone... And here's the funny thing. They don't know who's doing it.
Well, it's probably
But
aliens
it's a
because
hologram.
we didn't have, we didn't have holograms for that long.
It's just ridiculous.
So it would have to be aliens.
All right, this is the killer.
Oh, you mean it gets weirder?
Illuminati.
Oh, yeah.
Illuminati?
The Illuminati.
Like
yes.
what? Explain what that is.
The Illuminati, they say, is a mysterious group of men who have basically ruled the world from behind, the lords and the emperors and the heroes. There's been this shadowy group of men who have secretly run everything for thousands of years.
And some of them believe that the Earth is flat. It's just flat. So no moon, flat Earth. All right.
You're making my head hurt.
Here's
you know that,
another
right?
one. You know the show Saved by the Bell?
Yeah. If you tell me one thing about Screech, I'm getting up and I'm leaving this room.
No, the deal is that they believe that they are in the song at the beginning and during the language during the show that they are actually sending satanic messages to people who are viewing it. So if you're watching Saved by the Bell, and it's the old version, not the new version. The old version, watch it, and if you feel like sacrificing a goat, don't do it. That's what I'm going to say to you right now.
So there's a big old pentagram right there at Nickelodeon. Is
The
what you're
Earth is
telling
flat.
me.
That actually started in the 1800s.
And it's never changed, apparently.
And the thing that's cast some doubt
Uh-huh.
were the satellite photos of the Earth.
No, those are holograms, just like the moon.
Okay, probably so. I want to leave you. I saw this Enchroma.
I'm so excited to see this.
Enchroma is a company that made special glasses that have filters in them.
Mm-hmm.
And the filters allow people who are colorblind, which there's more than you think.
There's a shocking amount, and it really is frustrating for a lot of people who want to drive or different, other things they're trying to do. It really does impact a lot more of your spatial awareness than people knew with color blindness.
Well, and they've gone all their lives not being able to see, and Chroma is a company that makes these, and I think they're between like $300 and $400, but
which is not a bad price.
Once you see what they can do,
yeah,
and and it's time for a montage. So goodbye, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow morning on the daily stream.
And don't forget, you can always find us pretty much anywhere. Facebook, we're doing Facebook Live. You can also catch us on SoundCloud under Todd and Erin. And look, Gephardt Daily, we're on there 24/7. If you don't see us today, you're going to see us tonight or tomorrow. I don't care. Just take a look at it sometime, GephardtDaily.com.
All right, if you think those glasses are too expensive, we are going to show you a montage. Yes, a montage of people seeing color for the first time.
That is so cool.
This was just so moving. All right, so you guys have a good day. We'll leave you with this.
Oh my God. Is this purple?
Yes.
What the f***? Holy Oh my God.
Oh my God!
Your phone looks different?
It's like this looks very, like, pretty similar, but this pink, like this.
Look at your kid's eyes, Petey. They're so pretty.
Is it very noticeable difference?
Oh yeah, I'm shaking.
And so Mindy puts on her glasses.
It's like the Wizard of Oz.
Holy crap! Oh my gosh! What do you see, Mindy?
Yeah, what do you see? Oh my God.
Don't cry.
Must work.
You can tell orange.
Yeah?
What else is it?
What are you talking about?
The streamers.
Wait a second. Ah! It's green. I thought it was all orange. How did I think it was all orange? It's green.
Whoa! Whoa, look at that red! Is that red?
Yeah, it's kind of like a reddish pink purple.
That's really cool. That bush right there. Amazing.
Whoa.
What is whoa?
Whoa. That is not what I expected everything to look like.
Really?
Everything is a lot brighter than I thought it was.
What does whoa mean?
Okay, hold on. I need to see the peanut butter. Okay, yeah, that's a difference.
That doesn't look like the grass anymore.
No, that looks like what his shirt used to look like, and the grass now, it's so bright.
Does anything seem different?
Is it okay if I take it off?
No.
Just to
Look at
compare? Your bag!
Does it look a lot different?
Just this...
Here, I'll take it off.
Okay, just to make sure, what color is this?
That's blue.
That's not blue. that's something different.